students, once again. In the previous videos, we have completed the two parts of the second chapter, that is strategic financial planning. Today we will see the final part of it. So let us start with this lecture. So today we will see the theories of capitalization and second, the sources of finance. So let us begin with the theories of capitalization. In the theories of capitalization, first theory is the cost theory of capitalization. See, under this theory, the capitalization of a company is determined by adding the initial actual expenses to be incurred in setting up a business enterprise as a going concern. It is aggregate of the cost of fixed assets, that is plant, machinery, building, furniture, etc. The amount of working capital, that is investments, cash, inventories, receivables required to run the business, and the cost of promoting, organizing and establishing the business. So in this theory, the capitalization of a company is determined by what? By adding the initial actual expenses which was incurred by the business while it was setting up as a going concern. So what does that cost includes? It includes the cost of fixed assets plus the amount of working capital that was needed to run the business and the cost of promoting, organizing and establishing the business. So these costs, all the costs are added or aggregated to find out the capitalization of a company. So this is what the cost theory of capitalization is. Okay, this theory is very helpful for the new companies as it facilitates the calculation of the amount of funds to be raised initially. This theory is not applicable to the existing concerns because it does not suggest whether the capital invested justifies the earnings or not. Moreover, it does not take into account the future needs of the business plus the price level changes. So in order to do away with the difficulties and arrive at a correct figure of capitalization, earning approach is used. That is the second theory of capitalization. So what is the second theory of capitalization? The earning theory of capitalization. It is the improvement of the first theory. So this theory assumes that an enterprise is expected to make profit. According to it, its true value depends upon the company's earnings and or earning capacity. In other words, the process of capitalization begins with an estimate of the future earnings of the business. No one puts money into a business without expecting return on it in the shape of a dividend or interest. Thus, the value of capitalization is equal to the capitalized value of the estimated earnings. So this theory assumes that what an enterprise is expected to make profit, that is the expected earnings which it will make in the future. So on this basis, this earning theory of capitalization is formed. Okay. Thus, the value of capitalization should be equal to the value of estimated earnings. For example, if a company is making net profit of rupees 2 lakh per annum, and the fair rate of return is 10%. So the capitalization of company will be what? 2 lakh into 100 by 10. That will be 20 lakh. So the earning theory of capitalization seems to be logical because it correlates the value of a firm or the amount of capitalization directly with its earning capacity. Means what is the earning capacity of a business is. It estimates that. So this is what your earning theory of capitalization says. So these were the two theories of capitalization. Now we will see the sources of finance. See, the sources of finance can be divided on the basis of time, basis of ownership and control, and basis of source of generation. Okay. Now let us see on basis of time. On basis of time, it can be long term. In long term, equity shares, preference shares, debentures, bonds, term loans, venture funding or asset securitization is included in the long term on the basis of time. Now comes your medium term. Your medium term can include financial institutes, government, commercial banks, lease finance, the hire purchase. So these are included in your medium term. And the next comes short term. So the short term includes trade credit or short term loans or fixed deposits or creditors, payables, or bill discounting, etc. These come under the short term. Okay. Now on the basis of ownership and control, your source of finance can be what? Owned capital. In owned capital, what comes? Your equity shares, preference shares, retained earnings, convertible debentures, venture fund, or private equity. That comes in your owned capital. Now next comes borrowed capital. Everyone knows borrowed capitals are basically the loans from financial institutions or commercial loans or debentures. These are what? These are borrowed capital. Now next comes on the basis of source of generation. See, on the basis of source of generation, it can be internal source or it can be external source. So your internal source include what? Equity capital, your preference capital, your retained earnings, venture fund. These are included in your internal source. While in the external source includes your retained profits, your reduction of working capital or sale of assets, etc. These are what? External source. So we can say that sources of finance on the basis of time can be long term, medium term, short term, and on the basis of ownership and control it can be owned or borrowed capital, and on the basis of source of generation it can be internal source or it can be external source. So these were the sources of finance. So with this we have completed the second chapter, that is of strategic financial planning. Now we will see the another chapter in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.